Hello again. This is Sai Krishna in love with marketing. I'm here today to take you deep into the very first step of ABM program. That is nothing but account selection. Yes, we have two steps in this first step, kind of two sub steps. The very first step that you have to look is that prepare your preliminary list. Now, how do you prepare your first list? You'll have different criteria that you would be looking at, okay? And very importantly, where do you find these criteria data? It depends upon the sources that you have. Let's say you would be using some tool like Sales Navigator or some tool like Bombaro or Infotelligent, which is having an intent topic, or some tool which intricately which gives the technographics of the company, or some tool which gives financial details of the companies. So based upon the data that you have, you can choose these criteria and then prepare a preliminary list. And these criteria would be like any major events like acquisition or merging or funding, the location it is, your their IT spend, any leadership change, or even industry, or the growth rate, their company size, their technological systems, tech stack, intent, their growth rate, and any information that you think that will reflect something important about important detail about that account. And then I was telling you it depends upon your resources, right? And also it depends upon the timelines that you have for your ABM program. Okay, so if your ABM program has got very good timeline, then you can choose more number of accounts. And depends upon the ABM stage. Like if you are in a pilot stage, you shouldn't be looking at selecting huge number of accounts in the first list. Try to reduce it as much as possible. The reason is because when you are in a pilot stage, your goal should be in getting the path right. Okay, your process have to be established, your ABM engine has to be designed in a well-versed manner. Then you can scale it up. So in pilot stage, you shouldn't be looking at getting more accounts, but just the path or the criteria right. And then ACV or the sales cycle, okay, and also the complexity that is involved in your product or services. So based upon these factors, you can choose any criteria over there, and then you can prepare your very first list. Then once you have your first list, the second step that you have to do is that you have to assess every account in this list. So how do you assess that? See, this scoring is something that I have on another video done how to score your accounts. For the sake of on the interest of time, I will give you the link in the description. Please find it there how to score them. But here I will just tell you about the criteria or the factors that are involved in scoring and weighing them. Okay, so every account that you have in this list have to be having a score of their attractiveness, have to have a score of their matching with respect to your organization's ability to serve them better. Okay, so attractiveness, the very first factor is about how attractive that company is to you to have as a customer. The second factor is how well can we serve that organization, how capable, how matching, how well matched are we to that organization. So we need to score on these two factors. What are the criteria that you would be looking in attractiveness? Number of employees, size of spend, their business growth rate, tech stack, or even any major events like funding, merging, acquisition, or any leadership change. When it comes to to find if an organization is matching your abilities or your course, and or if you can really serve your product or service to their best interest, then you will have to look at factors like where is their head office location or decision making team, where are they located, and how well the reason I have written content assets is because in the stage of engagement, this is where they will really engage them and they will communicate your value proposition as well. Your clientele speaks about what is the industry that you have catered, what scale of organizations, what business models you have served so far, and if it is really matching to them, the kind of case studies you have already in place that you can share with them and they can relate to them easily. And the cultural fit, is it a startup, is it a kind of what kind of culture do they carry, and what kind of culture you have in your organization. Do they really match together or not? And then existing relationships. Do you have any people who are in that organization? Do you have any established relationship in that organization? So these are the criteria or the factors that will help in scoring these two parameters. Now, to go a little more detail on how to score them, please don't forget to look at the video that I'm going to mention in the description. It's very important, because it's not just about, you write some number there. You got to write a weightage of that criteria, how important that criteria is playing in the whole context, and then what is its actual score based upon their, the value, the exact value of that parameter. Now, once you have got this attractiveness and matching with your organization, then you have to use a directional policy matrix, which is designed by McKinsey. So this is how it is. This is attractiveness, and this is your matching. Let's score them low, medium, high, low, medium, high. Okay, so when you have a score of your account, you can score them low, medium, high, or you can score them with exact numbers as well. For a brief understanding, I have mentioned them low, medium, high. Let's say 0 to 100, 0 to 100. Then you can map accounts in different slots, and any account that is falling here, they have to be gone through strategic, ABM strategic type. Any account that is falling under these two boxes, they can go under light or ABM strategic, depends upon your resources. Any account that is falling under these three boxes, they have to go through ABM programmatic. And accounts that are falling in these, they can go through mass marketing or segment marketing. That is how these three boxes are addressed. But preliminary, this is how you can design a blended ABM approach for your accounts. And then once you have a list of all accounts that have to go through ABM strategic, list of accounts that have to go through ABM light type, and list of accounts that have to go through ABM programmatic type, then you can start your account planning